Hello my friends, Kaitlyn here, and it is time for Q&A with KP number 8. Question number 1. Cuddling with your partner, cute or creepy, and why? Super cute. I mean, unless you've like poisoned them and are listening for their heart to stop beating. What? Nah, never mind. Yeah, I am actually a super big fan of cuddling. It is one of my favorite things to do, and I am fortunately dating someone who appreciates it as much as I do. But there is a little weirdness about cuddling and listening to other bodily functions, because not only can you hear a heart beating, you can also hear, say, your stomach digesting, which gets a little strange. Question number 2 comes from Hope, and she wants to know, how do I know my sexuality? Okay, this is a hard question, and I am maybe not the best person to answer it. But what I can say is that I think it's about listening to yourself, your inner self. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's the best way that I have to describe it. And in today's society, we spend so little time listening to our heart or soul or whatever you want to call it and filling it with stuff, distractions. You have to be very open with yourself. Who are you attracted to? Guys, girls, both, neither? When you reevaluate over time, does it change? There's a really wide spectrum, and it doesn't always have to be explicitly with what gender you're attracted to. Sometimes things might seem confusing with your sexuality because you haven't fully figured out your identity yet, which truthfully most teens and young adults, and gosh darn it, even adults, have not figured out yet. So yeah, the best advice that I can give you is to be super open with yourself. Don't try to force yourself in any boxes, whether that's gay or straight or bi or whatever you can think of. Forcing yourself to be anything because you think that's the right thing or the cool thing is not going to work. Question number 3 comes from Rachel, and she wants to know, have you ever been stung by a wasp? I don't think I've been stung by a wasp, but I have been stung by a bee twice in my life. The first time I was in 1st grade and I was running down a hill because I was a kid and life was awesome. And somehow I ran into a bee with my neck and it stung me like right in here. And it hurt like the dickens. So I went and told my teacher and she did not believe me. She thought I was making it up and didn't even send me to the nurse, and this has scarred me for life. The second time, I was probably 17 or 18, and my family was having a yard sale on a hot spring morning in the field adjacent to my house. And I went to brush some hair out of my eyes, and suddenly my finger was on fire. What seemed to have happened was that a bee had crawled into my super curly broccoli hair, because that's what my hair does when I don't do anything with it. It's actually very curly if I let it dry naturally. So it had crawled up in there, and when I stuck my finger in my hair like a normal person does, it's like, oh, you're invading my little house, so I'm going to sting you. That time I learned from my grandmother that a baking soda and water paste can really help take away some of the pain. Question number 4 comes from Mark Slide, and they want to know, are there any big TV shows that I've missed out on or are missing out on and are not really upset about this? For him, it was Lost, Stranger Things, and Game of Thrones. There are definitely a lot of big television shows that I have missed out on, but I'm trying to think if there are actually any that I really regret missing out on. I've never seen Lost, Game of Thrones, Orange is the New Black, Sherlock, Doctor Who, Breaking Bad, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Supernatural, anything beyond the 1st season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I only recently started watching The Office, and I'm sure that list goes on. What happens is that I'm not actually a binge watcher unless there's only 1 season of a show. Anything beyond 1 season, I get really just like overwhelmed by it, and it gives me anxiety with this idea of needing to watch all of it to fully appreciate it. Like, I know that I don't have time to really binge watch a show, so it will take me forever to catch up on it. And there are already so many other shows that I enjoy watching, and I don't know how I'm going to like put all of them together. Like, I will have no free time. Like, I actually get anxiety every time Netflix comes out with a new show and it's very popular and other people are watching it, and I just have this extreme fear that I'm missing out on something amazing. Television FOMO at its worst. What a first world problem, Kaitlyn. But I will say that I did watch Stranger Things, and oh my gosh, I love it so much. Like, that, it's just like the perfect TV show for me. So yeah, I recommend that. So what do you guys think? Is there a big TV show that you haven't watched that you feel like you're missing out on? What is your television FOMO? Tell me down in the comments, plus remember to like, favorite, share, and subscribe if this video made you smile. See you guys on, what day? See you guys on Thursday. Dancing Kaitlyn, you should subscribe and watch these videos that are all around. Yeah, yeah, yeah.